I kind of want to get back to where this whole thing kind of started. First off, I'm literally just blabbing to the camera right now. I'm about to just yap for, it's 7:04, about to yap for like 15-20 minutes. I kind of wanted to get on, talk about a couple things. There's so many things that have happened in my life recently I kind of want to talk about. One of the main things that I'm going to do now, especially in my content, is not only just strip back a lot of the layers and the fluff. I think one thing that I really want to, pride myself on is, in a sense, having lower expectations and outputting way more. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and the guy said something really, really good, which was the only way to do this without burning out is to have low expectations and high output. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I think over the last year, growing my audience to now over 130 across all platforms, 130,000 across all platforms, has definitely put a lot of questions in my head of where do I want this to go? How do I want this to be? What do I want it to look like? And I think that I've been battling a lot with perfectionism, and I think that I've not put out as much content because of how much I've been consuming, how much I've been comparing. And I think that this week has probably been one of the greatest weeks of my life, outside of the other great things that have happened as far as, getting married, and, there's probably going to be a lot more great things down the road. But as far as me understanding what I really want to do with this content, with this videography, with this cinematography stuff, I think that my heart has shifted from consuming and comparison to going into a place where my phone is across the room, where I'm blocked from all social media for hours on hours on hours during the day. Not to be cliche or anything, not to do whatever the gurus are telling you to do, but truly getting off and spending time, not only in thought, but with God in prayer, has definitely given me a lot of clarity on which direction to go, not only in my business, but even in my personal life. I think that the lesson to be had recently for me has been taking the little things that I don't want to do and literally verbally out loud saying, I don't want to do this right now, but I'm going to do it. This has changed my perspective on each and every single thing that I am doing. Transparently, I haven't wanted to read my Bible. Transparently, I haven't wanted to get off of TikTok or Instagram or scrolling, whatever it is. Transparently, I haven't wanted to implement all the things that I've learned up until this point. But understanding that and not using it as a blocking to not even take a step forward, and like doing that has made me feel so stagnant recently. And I think that these last 7 days, from last Wednesday to today, simply just doing the things that I don't want to do, I feel like even in just a week has built like a callus in my brain to now just do things because I just need to get them done. Not doing them when I feel like it, not doing them when it's most convenient for me, by actually taking the least convenient thing and actually putting action towards it literally has changed so much. And I know I keep harping on that, but these are the lessons that I've learned this week. And I think that we can get so bogged up in, especially as creatives, we can get so bogged up in what this person posted on social media and how can we do the same thing, or how can we replicate this, or how can we, grow to an audience number that they have. Or when you take the creative business and be like, I want to monetize my audience. How do I monetize my audience? Do I do it like this person? Well, I feel scummy. Should I not do it at all? Should I, there's a lot of thoughts that go into not only my head, but I know a lot of you that are either grown your social media or are planning on growing it. And I do want to take that aspect of focusing on the smallest thing. I know that in our time, we want to have the overnight success, the overnight money, all these different things, but like we truly lack the journey. And I think that I definitely lost sight of that in the last couple of months into the last year. I think that, of course, I want to make money. Of course, I want to, buy a house. Of course, I have so many different dreams. Of course, I want to be able to retire my wife. Like, of course, all these different things that I want to do. And obviously, I think that we can kind of hide those goals or hide those things, and then we show off a persona online that doesn't line up with the goals or the aspirations that you may want. I think in that, for me, had me, I guess, stuck, because I was like, I don't want to be perceived as this guru guy, this, that, the third. Like, I don't want to be perceived as that. But at the end of the day, people are going to perceive you how they're going to perceive you. I think that the ultimate thing that you need to know is that your heart is in the right place for what you want to do. And that's going down a whole different tangent about, selling online and selling the knowledge that you have. I think those things are great to do, obviously. But I think that when you don't truly open up and just get close with the people that you are trying to bring in and have community with, I think that's where you create a disconnect, and then you are now viewed as a hypocrite. By all means, I want to be able to build out my content stuff to eventually sell my knowledge on what I know. I want to eventually sell how I built a video business that was able to, make $40,000 a month with a couple of my friends. I obviously want to share these different things and sell it, but only to, the people that want to do it. I don't want to force that on anybody. I don't want to be like that one dude. You guys know that one guy that was like always in his garage talking about this Lamborghini. Like, no, I'm not trying to be that guy. I just want to be able to share the things that I have learned. Obviously, there's some for free, and then there's some things that obviously take time. And I know I'm going kind of everywhere, but this is kind of how I want to talk. This is the type of communication I want to have, so that these videos and who you get when you eventually buy a mentorship from me, or a digital asset from me, they reflect in all ways that you would know that it's coming from me and it's coming from my heart to help. I think that the biggest lesson that I am learning continuously is that life isn't, this vertical line or this horizontal line. It's neither up nor down, and it's just going wherever it's choosing to go. And I think that I've been trying to fit into this mold of consistency and, time blocking, and I have to do this at this hour of the day or this at this hour of the day. And I think I've trapped myself. I've trapped myself in this ideation of, I'm going to block out this. And I think some of you guys can relate, for those that have tried to do this. I think that, yes, social media paints a big picture of this is what you should do, or these are the systems. But it's like, if you're at a point where you've gotten to a certain level of what you've been doing without the systems, keep doing what you're doing. I think that, yes, there needs to objectively be certain systems that you follow as far as like content or any job that you have. But I've realized that whenever I've done these time blockings or these different, strategies that everyone promotes online, I've noticed that if I miss just one of them, or if let's say I planned, 6 o'clock I'm going to go to the gym, 7 o'clock I'm going to be back at the house to eat breakfast, and then by 9 a.m. I'm at my computer ready to go for the day. If I wake up at 9 a.m., I feel like I already failed, and that's how I started my day. And that is just the honest truth for, I think, a lot of us. I think the moment that we realize that different things work for different people is the moment we start to cater and customize how we approach productivity, business, and all the different desires that you have. I think that for some people, time blocking works. For some people, it doesn't. I think that understanding what works for you is the biggest thing. And, talking with people that obviously have their way of doing things, you can learn little things from these like different people and understand that, oh, I like that, let me implement this. I like this, let me implement that. Instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna watch this YouTube video about a Notion template on how to build my whole unrealistic version of my life that I'm not even doing today, that I'm just gonna start tomorrow. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I think that for all of us, I think we need to really reflect and really just see, what is the little thing that you're not doing, and honestly force yourself to do it. I made a post the other day about, if you don't make $10,000 a month, you're lazy. I think that for a lot of people inherently, there was a lot of pushback, a lot of people that were upset. And now I want to not even come on here to explain myself, but I probably will explain myself. That was for an intended audience. If that doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply to you. If that hurt you, I apologize, but it wasn't for you if that's not the goals or desires that you want, And the thing is like, obviously I can explain so many different ways, 10K revenue versus 10K profit. Like, I understand 10K profit is very hard. I'm honestly striving to do something like that. But 10K revenue for a business owner that is either in the video production, content creation, or any space like that is achievable if you put work in. And I think that for me, I've achieved those months because I've put work in. Maybe in my whole entire time for those last 3 years, I've achieved 10K profit once or twice, maybe. I think that the real thing is, does that word lazy bother you? And I think that for me, that word lazy bothered me. When someone called me out for being lazy, when my wife has said, hey, you're laying in bed too long, you're being lazy, that word just triggers me to be like, dang, I need to do something. And sometimes that something is washing the dishes, like the simplest thing, washing the dishes. Maybe it's, cleaning the office or cleaning downstairs, mopping or vacuuming. The thing that you're like, I don't feel like doing right now, And I think that right now, especially for those of you that are like around my age, mid to lower 20s, we don't have the resources to hire out people to do the things that we don't want to do. So right now we're going to have to go through the process of doing it. So all in all, I think that the mindset that I'm slowly starting to just like ingrain in my head is to do the things I don't want to do. And the fruit of that can be money. The fruit of that can be, achievements. The fruit of that can simply just be a fulfilled life, I think that for a lot of you guys that are business owners that, have a relationship with God, if you're not spending time with the Lord, if you're not spending time in thought and in prayer, how do you expect Him to move or speak into your life? And I think that for me, it's been quiet for the last couple of months, and that's been the most lost I've been. And why? It's because I haven't spent time with Him. So all in all, I think that this is the type of format, this is the type of content that I want to, share. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you don't, but truthfully, I think that the way that we sit here and connect, is going to be in a different way than it has been in the past. Of course, I'm still going to make the same, cinematic, in quotations, videos. I'm still going to sell LUTS. I'm still going to offer mentorship. I'm still going to offer different things. But I want you guys to know me as much as you can before you even go do those things. Whether you like me, whether you don't, this is my heart, and my heart is to share what I've learned and to share, bits and pieces of what's been going on in the hopes that it would help you. So this has been a different type of video, but I'd really appreciate you guys if you subscribed, and if you liked it, leave a like, comment, and yeah, peace, guys.